What we're going to do in this lesson is pose our last extreme for the arms, and then we'll go back and start adding our in-betweens to fix up their movement. So that last pose is going to be on 238, our last frame. We'll start with the right arm. Let's bring that up. And another thing we want to be conscious of when we're posing out our arm is to make sure that the wrist is in a comfortable pose too. We don't want the wrist to be in a weird pose at all. So keeping that in mind, we'll just continue on posing out this extreme. We'll go back to the right arm, bring that back. Okay, and up. Alright. Then we could go to the wrist. Now let's go ahead and rotate that out in the Z. Then we'll want to check out our thumb. For that, let's go to the thumb roll, and we'll fix the channel so we can bring that thumb back. Alright, great. The rest of our fingers look pretty good. Maybe we could bring them in closer to the hips. So starting from the index, we'll curl that in, and the mid, and the ring, and even the pinky. We'll curl that in a little bit more. Alright, great. So once we've got that, now we could go ahead and take the character's elbow and just bring that back a little bit more. And then as far as his shoulder goes, we're going to want to rotate that down and forward. And I think we could even fix the elbow here, bringing it a little bit more out. Okay. Also staying conscious of the silhouette. Alright, so from there, let's go to move on to the left, finishing that up. We'll bring it up and out some more. Then we could go to the left wrist control. Bring that down and more into the hips. Okay, and then at about right there, let's go to our left arm IK, bring that back, and out, and up. Then we'll want to work on bringing that thumb back, the thumb roll. So we'll go to the thumb roll channel and fix that. Alright. So from here, let's go ahead and work on translating the hand out some more in the Z and in the X. And then we can work on the fingers, bringing those in closer to the body. Okay, so we'll grab the index, fix that up. Okay, we got the mid. Let's grab the ring and the pinky. We'll bring in two. Great, and the thumb's fine. Awesome, so our last pose for our left arm is looking good. Let's find the elbow control. There you are. With that selected, we'll bring that up and out a little bit more. Then we'll want to take the shoulder and rotate it down and forward. Great. And then for the elbow, let's go ahead and bring that a little bit more out, again for the silhouette. Alright. Now, that finishes our extreme, okay, for the character's wrist. Okay, so what we can do now is work on adding our in-betweens. So let's start. We'll go to frame 202, and once there, Let's fix up the wrist a little bit here. We can rotate it up in the Z. And everything else looks pretty fine. So once we've done that, let's also key our fingers there to keep their position where they're at. Key selected. There we go. And let's move on to the left wrist on 202. Okay, so we can bring them up in the Z2 and a little bit more forward. So let's translate it forward in the Z as well. Alright, great. And then for our fingers, let's see if we could fix those. I think we could bring them a little bit more closer in. So starting from the index, we'll bring that closer in, the mid, the ring, and even the pinky. Okay. Alright, and then we'll want to go ahead and key our thumb channels that we've been keying. Great. So as we scrub, we have the shift in the character's body, and we're going to need to translate the character's hand over in the X so that it'll stay with the hips as the hips are rotating out. So let's go to frame 195, bring the hand over in the X, and also bring it down in the Y, fix the thumb, and out in the X some more. Let's see how that looks as we scrub. Great. Alright, so the left hand is staying pretty well with the character's hips. Let's go ahead and work on the right. So first off, on frame 202, we'll press Shift W so we can key the right arm where it's at right now. And then on frame 195, let's go ahead and translate the arm out in the X, back in the Z. Let's see how that looks. Okay, and it's staying pretty well. We have a little bit of intersecting. Let's fix some of our poses here on frame 195 before we get to the in-between of 189 and 195. So on 195, we'll go to our wrist control so we can get to our fingers, and we'll bring up the pinky as much as we can here. And then for the ring curl, we'll bring that up too. The mid as well, and I think we could even bring up the index. For the thumb, let's go ahead and key the thumb channels we've been keying. That where it's at. Okay. And then by 192, we'll go there and let's translate the character's arm out a little bit there. Okay, let's see how that looks as we scrub back and forth. Great. So now that right hand is staying better with the hips. Okay. Alright, so we're really moving along with this. What we're going to do now is just finish up the lesson now, and in the next lesson we'll continue adding our in-betweens for the arms and hands.